Here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Well, you guys definitely saw or heard all that rain make its way through this morning. Some pretty strong winds and heavy rain. That includes a ½ inch here in San Angelo. And then, of course, pretty heavy rain off towards the northeast and the southeast, while still remaining relatively dry off towards the southwest. But more rain definitely on the way. That includes the southwest as more cloud cover makes its way in. Really keeping my eye on Highway 87 and really I-10. That's where those storms are really just following along those roads. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours from those mid-90s back down to those mid-60s. Then right up into those mid-80s, and we're cooling off pretty nice. It's been a pleasant day with some of those cooler winds. I cannot believe how strong that storm is. That's how cool this air is, making it unseasonably pleasant. 85 in San Angelo. Everybody else in a combination of lower 90s, those mid-80s across the entire area. Nowhere are we seeing those shades of red. 78 up there in Sterling City as we see a good storm make its way through to the north. 93 down there in Junction, looking like a good 15 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. But no one's going to complain because more moisture is on the way. Now, I saw Margie Jackson. That lets me know that the farmer's market is right around the corner as well. And definitely seeing a lot of those watermelons showing up at the grocery store. Now, humidity indices are still up there in those 60s, while the dew points are in those 50s and those 60s, while humidity indices are in those 40s and those 50s. I'm getting ahead of myself because there's more heavy rain on the way, and we're way ahead this time for the average by about 2 inches. Keeping my eye on the concentrations of yellow that are going to hang around the Concho Valley. Now, we're going to watch the dry line push its way out, but they're going to fight its way back in because hurricane season is right around the corner, and they're going to rip right up the east coast of Mexico and make their way into the Concho Valley before they fight along the Gulf Coast region around Louisiana, Mississippi. We take you into the upper level pattern because this is what I'm talking about. This high pressure really trying to keep a lot of these storms mostly to the north, but that cold front's going to try to fight its way onshore. That's going to decrease the pressure or the strength of that high pressure. Going to keep things around the triple digits, and then we're going to gradually cool right back down into those 90s as the rain chances return. Water vapor imagery showing you the strong convection. Look at the size of the circulation trying to form around Texas. Now, as we get closer towards hurricane season, keep your eye on these circulations. That includes tonight as it fights its way down from New Mexico around the Sierra Madres and right into the Concho Valley. That's where I have my eye on the moisture. Severe weather outlook is parts of the Concho Valley. You know how we didn't see any rain off towards the southwest? We might see it tonight on the severe weather outlook with a hail probability pretty marginal off towards the southwest as well. So that's where we're going to keep our eye on the storms as they fight along sort of the I-10 corridor. Now, down at the surface, the cloud cover's going strong right now, so it's priming the atmosphere, and the radar is cranked on as we're going to keep our eye on this cloud cover as it fights its way in. As things cool off tonight, that's where we're going to see where some of the strong convection is going to develop. Now, here's the futurecast as a line pushes its way through. Going to make its way out sort of early tomorrow like we saw. Here comes the central pressure. Again, exploding around Wednesday afternoon. So keep the umbrella close and make sure you take your time. Remember what they say, turn around, don't drown. Seeing a lot of heavy flooding around the entire area. But as it clears out of the way, it evaporates like it never even happened. But keep your eye on some of those stronger winds for damaging debris around the entire area. That goes for those first responders too, making sure they can get to and from those emergencies. What's happening? I think it's the full moon tonight. We'll see if we can't get a good view of it, but we're on the lookout for more thunderstorm activity. Another ½ an inch considerable flooding, but I'm on the lookout for more hail. Then tomorrow, a good run at those 80s. We're holding on to the cooler conditions. Going to see another slick road morning, so another round of moisture makes its way in. Now, as we get closer towards Father's Day, you only have 5 days left. Things are going to finally dry up and warm up as we push up near those triple digits again. Overnight lows are going to make their way into those 70s, but then you see us gradually cooling back off while we see Father's Day push around and we get towards the 3rd week of June with the 4th of July right around the corner. Stay tuned while more for the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.